Hello, hello, hello. It's Tuesday, and my card of the day is the Magician. And it means I have everything I need to be successful, um, which is interesting because I started the You're from the Graveyard Shift. Hi, hello. I started the Fit Shift 30 challenge this summer, and it completely changed my life. I actually enjoy exercising now, and I didn't do it to lose weight. I did it to overall feel better. So, the magician is a time in my life when I have the power to manifest the outcome that I want. If it's referring to other people, it usually refers to someone you can learn from whose ability and wisdom will impress you. Um, so yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. Let me kind of shift a little bit because yeah, there we go. That's better. That's better. So yeah, if you're from the graveyard shift, tell Dalen thank you because that fit shift 30 thing it really changed my life. Yeah, while we're waiting for people to jump in, we're using the Buffy deck again. This is my favorite deck, and it is very accurate and it doesn't lie. So there's that. I think it's a little dark in here. So just adjust some things here or waiting for people. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So if you have a specific question that you want to ask this week, I'm going to ask the pendulum because a lot of people are asking very specific questions about love and relationships. And it's just something that it's hard for the tarot to interpret in that way. So there's that. But if you have a general um, outlook on your life, or if you want me to look at finances, career, money, I can do that. Or if you want me to look at your love life for a partner or single, I can do that. Um, or if you want to look at your health or spirituality, I can do that. But if you're asking a very specific question, like last week, we had some people ask, is so and so going to meet me on this date? And if you have a very specific question, we're just going to ask the pendulum, which his pendulum is lapis lazuli. It's very pretty. And he's had a couple of owners, me and another person. So there's that. But yeah, this is the studio. You're going to see the podcast with this background. And then um, I'm going to do paranormal experiments in here. I just don't know what that. Baba Oliver's in here today. Baba. Come here, Baba. Come here, Baba. I told him to stop growing and he did. So that's adorable. Okay. Oliver. If you're just joining, all you have to do is type into the chat if you want a tarot reading. If you want a tarot reading, you tell me what kind of reading you want. I can do general, I can do career, I can do love, health, and spirituality. But if you have a specific question that you want to ask it, and the pendulum will answer for you. Like I was saying, I got this lapis pendulum for specific questions because last week we had some very specific questions asked, and I think it's a lot easier for the pendulum versus the tarot cards. I'm kind of hoping Oliver gets in the background because he's so cute. Wow, this might be a bust for Tarot Tuesday. Let me share the link. Okay. Ollie, no, no, no. No, no, no. Come here. There's the share button. I'll copy that. Yeah, so I just shared it somewhere, so maybe somebody will come in. But if you want a tarot reading, all you have to do is pop into the chat and ask a question. If it's a very specific question, we're asking the pendulum, though. My card of the week was the Magician, which has very pretty artwork. And it means I have the willpower to manifest anything I want, which my dreams have been really weird lately. And it's a major arcana. The tarot deck is split into 3 sections. You have the major arcana, which are major life events, and you have the minor arcana, which are everyday interactions. And then you have the court cards, which is like king, queen, stuff like that. And those represent people. And a lot of times those court cards are extremely hard to decipher. So, and then when you have your minor arcanas, like for example, I just pulled one out to show you. You've got stuff like pendulums, cups, wands, and swords. So the wands in the Buffy deck are stakes. And creativity, passion, determination is wands. Cups is chalices in this deck, and those represent emotions and feelings. The scythes, like Buffy's ultimate weapon, are swords. So, and they're dual edged. They can both save and sever. And then the pentacles are pentacles, pentagrams, the circle with the star. Those represent money and material things. So, hello. Would you like a tarot reading today? All you have to do is ask what kind of general area. I can do general readings. I can do love readings. We can do finances, health, spirituality. So just let me know if you want a reading, and I will pull a card for you. All right. Okay. All right, you got the 7 of Swords, and it's reversed. Okay. I got a big book over here that I go through because this is all a learning experience for all of us. All right, so let's go down to the reverse side. Okay, so the key card words in this card is confessing, coming clean, turning over a new leaf, and then ignoring warnings. Okay, so in a general context, this card represents coming clean and no one's conscience kicking in. So if you have done something you are not proud of, or you may find yourself confessing and turning over a new leaf, it can represent careers or security. Hmm. Alternatively, this card can represent pathological liars. Hmm. Serial cheaters and people who are malicious or are two-faced, and they are toxic or dangerous to be around. So be careful who you trust right now. The Seven of Swords can also signify ignoring warning signs or being outsmarted or finding that your strategies or plans are unworkable. This card can also be an indicator that you are lacking a backbone, behaving in a manner, stealing credit for other people's achievements, or running away from conscience consequences. It can also represent ignoring signs or getting caught. So this is a warning card all around, and it's an everyday event. So if you have a career and you don't trust your coworkers, follow that gut instinct. So whatever this reflects in your life, this is a warning sign to be careful. So thank you for being here and joining me today. Light blue, hello. All right, light blue, you're next. And Oliver, what are you doing? I have my little cat in here and he's just having a ball. Okay, so light blue. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. You got the tower. And that is a major arcana card. Let me show you the artwork. I mean, if you can like see, um, it's a shakeup card. It really is. um, Chaos and destruction, sudden upheaval, unexpected change. Um, Whereas the death card is usually the card that people are terrified of, it's actually the tower that you really need to brace yourself for. The tower can represent chaos and destruction, and it is the major arcana of sudden upheaval and unexpected changes. This change is usually scary in terms of you weren't ready for it, kind of scary, life changing, and often unavoidable. A negative tower event can be akin to a bomb going off in your life, like just total chaos all around you. You don't know how you will survive, but somehow you will. And later you will realize that while it was tremendously difficult thing to go through, you wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. It has made you the person that you are or are going to be. Um, the tower is the destruction, and it's usually directed at something that was built on false beliefs and foundations or unrealistic goals and dreams. So it's like it's supposed to shake you up because this is not the path that you're supposed to take. It wants you to go take another one. So, but on the bright side to this destruction, the tower is always followed by a renewal and creation. With the negative aspect, it can represent a whole host of tragic or traumatic or life altering events like death of a loved one, a divorce, a bad breakup, some kind of an assault, um, abuse, violence, could be miscarriaging. Like there is something on your horizon that's gonna upheave your life. And it's usually a big change. So, light blue, you need to brace yourself and be prepared mentally, physically, financially, any way you can. So that was your reading. And you know what, light blue, don't be freaked out about it because I've had the tower in my reading, and it was usually about people that I couldn't trust. And it kind of opened my eyes. So I hope that helps. And thank you for being here today. Brenda Ann. Okay, so Brenda Ann, if you want to ask a specific question, you can, but it's going to be a pendulum reading, not a tarot reading. So if you want a tarot reading, I can do like a general umbrella term, as in like love, finances, health, that kind of thing. But if you have a specific question, You can ask it. I will ask the pendulum for you. Phantom Punk 007. Yes, you can have a reading as well because Brenda Ann, I'm pretty sure she wants to ask a question. So I'm waiting for her to ask a question. So Phantom Punk 007. Finances. Gotcha. Oh, thank you. My husband does my tattoos for me. All right, you've got the Empress reversed, which is a major life event. Empress. It's definitely going to be a feminine thing, so I'm going to show you the artwork real quick. Okay. But you got it reversed, so. All righty. Finances. All right, here we go. The Empress reverse can indicate that you are finding your work unfulfilling or monotonous and long to do something where you can feel creatively inspired. You may feel unappreciated in your work. Again, this is not necessarily the case. It's more to do with insecurities. Now is not a time for knee jerk reactions or big decisions, career wise or money wise. It is a time to stop and wait until you feel absolutely ready. Again, take some time to get to the root of how you are feeling and resolve that. In terms of finances, you will have everything you need, although you may not feel confident that there is an abundance of money. Trust that as long as you continue to make responsible choices, you will be financially secure. Don't squander your money. So, so yeah, and it says trust as long as you continue to make responsible choices, you will be financially secure. Don't squander your money. So again, like these cards are like warning you. So yeah, just be financially secure in how I mean, everybody's got to cut corners now these days. I don't know if you're in America or not. America's on fire, like SOS. we're we're all struggling big time. Chicago, hell yeah. So you're in a major city, so yeah, that's got to be hard to live in. I'm in a rural place in Ohio, and it's still hard. I'm waiting for Brenda Ann to ask her question. It is tough times, and just to touch a little bit about that, since we're like-minded people. You're welcome, Phantom Punk 007. Come back anytime. I'm here every week. Um, Speaking of America and finances, um, I work in a factory. I work in the automobile industry. I make parts for cars. Now, a lot of people don't understand the car industry is we're all making one thing, sending it to another company, and it becomes a car eventually. So what I do is I make wires that go guided inside of car seats. So our customers are in Canada and Mexico, our allies, right? So the orange man in charge put these stupid tariffs on everything, and our customers uh were over ordering for like 3 or 4 months because they didn't know when the tariffs were going to take place. So now if they're in place, work has slowed way down because of the tariffs. So we went from going like overtime down to regular time and unsure if Canada or Mexico are going to order anything else. So there's that. And what's really, really sad is I work with like 12 people on my shift. Only 2 of us are Democratic. We work around a lot of red hats. So we always have to keep our mouth shut. So there's that. Well, I'm sure we'll all get through this together collectively. We have to, not lose our minds and stay busy and just hope for the best. Hope for somebody to be working behind the scenes to making things right for democracy, because that's what America's about, is democracy, not fascism. So there's that. I guess Brenda Ann disappeared. So yeah, we're in this together, America. We're in this together. But there's that. Oh my gosh, you guys. I do a little podcast about Ohio legends and whatnot. And I earlier this year I did the episode about the Kirkland cult killings. Well, I found out the cult leader is buried really close to me by a prison, like 20 minutes away. So I went to go visit him with my spirit box, and he wasn't very nice. He is actually a pretty creepy dude. Jeffrey Lundgren, look him up. He's very creepy, and I asked him like really, really tough questions, and I made him mad. He made my spirit boxes stop working, and I got really creeped out because I felt like I wasn't alone. So I might upload that video this week because it was really good. Yeah, just wait till you see that video, because when I was going through the audio, because where he's resting at is right by a busy freeway, highway type thing. And so I didn't hear a lot of it in real time. So when I come back home and I listen to the audio, the things that he said, I was like, oh, no wonder why my spirit box stopped working. you know? Very creepy guy. Very creepy. Ah, so I see I have 4 people watching. Hi, hello. My name is Melanie. Um, Me and Phantom Punk are just having a cool long conversation after she had a reading. Um, Brenda Ann, if you are still watching, you said you can ask a question. I'm waiting for your question, honeys. Go ahead and ask it. And if anyone hasn't had a reading yet, go ahead and pop into the chat and I will pull a card for you or ask the pendulum, depending on what you need. So yeah, I've been researching for the next topic because it's officially spooky season. And I was thinking about doing the witch tower, but then again, there's a lot of UFO sightings from Ohio. And did you know that one of the first photos taken in America about a UFO, the third picture, says there's like one, um, you know, California. I can't remember where the second one was taken, but the third picture that's ever been photographed with a UFO is in Ohio. And there's a lot of Ohio UFO sightings, like such as last night. A lot of people on my friends list was saying that there's some creepy things going on in the sky last night. I work the night shift, so I didn't see nothing because I was stuck in a building bending wire. But yeah, I might do a whole episode about UFO sightings in Ohio. I think that sounds really interesting. Buddy, what are you doing? Look who I found. He does not like to be held. Look who I found. It's Oliver. No, not on the desk. Go down there. Ohio is creepy. It's very creepy. And he is a beautiful baby. He really is. I found him in my backyard when he was like 2 weeks old. So he's bottle fed. And my vet says that bottle fed kittens have a few screws loose. And I definitely believe that. You be a good boy down there. Okay, he's laying down. Okay. Would anybody else like me to pull a card for them or ask the pendulum a question? Because I got about 6 minutes left. I can take one more person. And then I have to go get ready for work. And it is 91 degrees today. I'm so ready for cooler weather. Will Jay become your soulmate? Okay, we're going to ask the pendulum for that because that's very specific. Will Jay become Priyanka's soulmate? I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. It's over here to your left, and it's swinging yes. It's definitely swinging yes. So, I say yes because the pendulum is definitely strongly swinging yes. But yeah, I think you will become your soulmate. And I really hope he does because that's what I want for everybody in the whole world is to find love. Because isn't love all that matters? You know, all we need is love. Love is all that matters. All this hate is just too much for me. Too much. All right, guys. I can take one more person. You're welcome. You want me to ask you another question real quick? I mean, I got the 5 minutes left before I have to get ready for work. Any takers? But yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you go check out Dalen Spratt on YouTube. He is a ghost brother that was on the Travel Channel. He has all kinds of amazing videos, true crimes, graveyard shifts. He talks to celebrities that have passed away. So definitely check him out. He is such an inspiration to me. And like I said, he did that Fit Shift 30 thing, and it totally changed my life. So I'm about to get off here, go do my exercises, shower, and get ready for work. So I hope you all have a blessed day and a blessed week, and I will be back here next Tuesday. Stay spooky, my friends.